Everyone's a critic. Everyone's a critic. Everyone's a critic. Everyone's a critic.
That's one way to do it, I guess. Welcome to Everyone's a Critic. An offshoot of Everyone I Know.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, you see how that works? If you are new to the... Actually, no. How do we start these normally?
Just normal style.
Yeah, dude, like, welcome to Everyone's a Critic, the podcast where we don't argue about the mundane, we talk about a single topic. I am here and joined with my brother, Andy.
Hey, it's me.
And our producer, Brendan.
Hello.
In the Troy Castle.
Hey,
And
we're
we're
in
gonna-
the castle in the sky.
We're gonna talk about
The
some
only
stuff.
limit is our imagination.
But before we get to that, Andy, question for you.
What's up?
If let's say there was a kind person on the internet listening to us,
A wealthy
pontificate.
benefactor?
They don't have to be wealthy. Wealth doesn't come into play when it comes to podcasts,
That's true. No one makes money at podcasting except for Conan.
which is bullshit.
Yeah, Conan
You have a
shouldn't be
fucking
allowed.
show.
If you have five figures in your bank
Yeah.
account, you shouldn't be allowed to do a podcast.
Truth. But if you wanted to help us out, give us a couple of bucks. We send you a Pangus, all that good stuff. What can the people do, Andy?
Those select people, those happy few, those chosen among us to support us can go to patreon.com
That
/
feel the call.
who feel the call of the Lord. Let's not fucking mince words here.
Yeah, no.
It is a calling.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey, if you're out there, you're with your
you're
horse
listening.
teeth. I'm sorry about your teeth.
His teeth are fine.
They look like horses' teeth.
Yeah, well-
Speaking of teeth, more on that later.
Okay.
Patreon.com / everyone I know. And you can sign up for our many tiers. And you can fund this madness that made us watch this movie.
More on that later. We are joined today with a guest on Everyone is a Critic, a returning guest in his second appearance.
It's been a damn minute.
It really has.
This is only the second one?
It's only the second time he's ever been on.
I feel like it's the third.
Hello.
I feel like it's the
I'm
second.
waving at everybody.
Yeah, we have Mikhail Scrantonio on the cast. Tell us about yourself, Mikhail.
My name is Michael, and I'm on this podcast. You may know me from the very, very poorly reviewed Clowncast.
I thought
That was a good
that was a
episode.
good one.
I never actually listened to it.
We
Have
get
you
that
actually listened to a single episode?
I listened to one that you guys did with John. I think it was recorded like 2 weeks before mine as like homework for my
Nice.
first one.
You can do worse than John.
An
I,
avid
at the
professional.
very least, wanted to have a slight idea of what you did.
Gotcha. All right, well,
It didn't help much at all.
You know, Chris was really looking for you to be like, I don't listen to this stupid fucking podcast.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I did actually listen to it once, you know,
Once.
as a nice
One
thing
time.
I'll put
to
a
get
little
ready
bit of
for
effort
it.
into my friends' things occasionally.
well,
I'm moderately supportive.
we appreciate it.
And we put a lot of effort into this week.
Yeah, we did. All right, so before we get into it, you're done talking for a second. Okay, before we
I'll wait for my next cue. Can we get like a light,
yeah, I'll kick you under the table.
a little shut the fuck up switch for me?
Before we get into it and talk about what we're going to be critiquing this week, we're going to do the Old Man Minute. I can't read out loud. Brendan can, but our father, me and Andy's father, not me and Brendan's father,
Or me and Mike's dad.
or anybody's
We're
dad.
from the same area. We're both from the Levant.
He writes in every week a review of the previous week's podcast. Again, I can't read out loud, but Brendan can. So Brendan, take it away.
Privé, IK comrades. I was just going to start with some snarky remarks about Comrade Andreas's censorship of last week's episode until I Googled the, quote, Russian tooth fairy. I have renewed respect for Andy's choice in censorship. https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=JQJC capital A capital T
Okay.
X capital
You're gonna
H
go for the
H
whole thing,
capital
aren't you?
B 4.
Uh-huh.
We probably should reread that because they're forward slashes actually.
HTTPS, that's hypertext transfer protocol secure, ://www.youtube is youtube.com. That's COM. Not .ca. That's for the Canadian version. /
What about if you're in
Watch.
the EU?
That's, I don't know what that one is. Question mark. V equals lowercase j, lowercase q, lowercase j, lowercase c, capital A, capital T, lowercase x, capital E, lowercase h, capital
You
B.
sound like the lockpicking
4.
lawyer right now.
Wait, I got to start over.
Our father posted a link onto the Old Man Minute, which is meant to be read out loud.
Quote, these teeth belong to the people, end quote. Let's go. Topic 111. An interview with DJ Destroyed, a.k.a. Tyler. I didn't know much about goth culture before Tyler's interview, as I too had a mother who was easily spooked by ghosts and ghouls. Some goths I did have exposure to from history and film that come to mind are Winona Ryder's character from Beetlejuice, Edgar Allan Poe, and everyone's favorite Romanian voivod,
Means
Vlad the
ruler.
Impaler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, some goths that he had exposure to. I was like, this is a weird list. Goths have a confidence that us mere mortals can only aspire to attain. Topic 2. Let's play a game. I couldn't discern any of the 8 sound clips Andy played. I did, however, Google the Mr. Bucket jingle Brendan mentioned. I urge you to do the same. I think
he
this
put another
proves.
link?
I think this proves that old Milton Bradley is a pederass. WW. Love, old man. P.S. This coming weekend is the Festival of Baskets, sponsored by St. Louis Gonzaga Church. Once again, good time, good food, and a good cause.
Okay, wait,
Quite a plug.
Wait, what the fuck? I'm sorry.
He's doing plugs now?
Are you sure your mom didn't write this?
I'm sorry. Are we doing paid advertising for St. Louis now? Like they can fucking pay up just like
well,
anyone else.
They are not profit.
No, you're
Oh,
paid
yeah,
in
and-
salvation, Andrew.
Yeah, whatever, dude. I got a bridge to sell them too.
If you want to learn more, you can go to https:// stlouisgonzaga.org.
Louis Gonzaga.
Okay,
Probably Louis.
I'll say
That's
it right
probably
this
the
time.
correct way to say it. We've probably been
Louis
saying it wrong the whole
Gonzaga.
Yeah,
time.
and it's a
He's
good
French?
and
Yeah, well, you know.
yeah, and if you're worried
Imperialism.
about that, remember it is an
Gonzaga.
HTTPS, so it is secure.
Yeah, so you don't need NordVPN.
You don't need NordVPN.
Sponsor
Who are
us.
also sponsored by. Alrighty. Chris, you gotta,
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta
So-
gotta take it away.
So, without further ado, let's get into our one topic.
I'm sorry
Today-
about this, by the way.
We're going to
It
be
was-
talking about Desert Sessions 11 and 12.
No.
Yes.
I consciously avoided listening to that until after this podcast was recorded, so I couldn't talk to you about it.
All right, I guess we're going to talk about fucking Tim Curry, movie legend.
That's why
Legend.
I haven't heard it yet. Yeah. The Curry Cast.
Okay, so
Tim
Yeah, for
Curry
real,
is
we're
a
gonna
god.
we're gonna be talking about 1985, I think, right?
yes, the 1985
1985.
epic
I have- I-
fantasy.
I do have a little
The
introduction
fantasy
for
epic.
this.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you?
It's-
All right,
oh.
cool.
Yeah, I do.
Hey.
I thought that this would be a good way.
Something really special that I've been promising to show you.
That's the Tangerine Dream soundtrack.
Because I'll be here for a short while.
This movie sucks so hard.
So sexy.
How did Tom Cruise have a fucking career after this movie?
How did Ridley Scott have a career after this movie?
This movie slaps.
To be fair,
Keep it down, Andy.
Tom Cruise and Tim Curry are the only people that survived this film, actor-wise.
Yeah, that's true. But Ridley Scott still had a career afterwards. He was able to destroy,
The music is a lot better in
Aliens
this
and-
than the shit that I watched.
Because this is the Tangerine Dream
Yeah.
soundtrack. This is the Euro soundtrack.
Powers, do you know about Tangerine Dream? Have you
can't say I
listened?
did.
They're like the godfathers of electronica.
That was not even half of the 80s style trailer this movie has.
Oh, the trailer
the
is
old
ridiculous.
school, like, I'm going to show you 30% of the movie trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, so to start this off, I watched the trailer. I don't like sci-fi. I'm not sci-fi. I love sci-fi. I don't like fantasy.
But we played
what
D&D.
about sci-fi fantasy?
Not a huge fan of that. Pick a fucking lane.
Would,
Star
would it have
Wars?
been better if we watched Krull?
Okay. So I watched the trailer, and then Julie came home and she's like, "So you gonna watch that movie?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Did you watch the trailer?" I go, "Yeah."
Oh dear.
We watched Dead Space recently, or Dead Zone, the Christopher Walken.
Dead Space is a game.
Yeah,
so it's a video
the Christopher Walken Stephen King movie from back in the day. He gets
Can
he
anyone
gets in
do
a
a walk-in impression?
he gets in a milk
Wow.
accident.
America.
What the fuck was that?
I'm Christopher Walken, and this is how I
didn't
sound.
bother to try.
You might remember me from what the fuck is
Wow.
Deuce is wild.
Wow.
Your father.
Wow.
Your father hid it in the only place he could. His ass.
Spooky ghost.
He
Wow.
He put this tambourine in the only place
Tambourine. It was a wristwatch.
the Vietnamese wouldn't find it. His butthole.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
so we watched the Christopher Walken movie Dead Zone, where he gets in a tragic milk accident and then gets
Milk
the
accident?
gift of second sight. He crashes into a tanker truck full of milk, and then he gets the gift of second sight where he touches people's hands. He can see the future and their past and their true character. And then he realizes that this one politician is a big bad bastard and he's going to destroy the world because he's a megalomaniac.
And then Tim Curry's in it?
Tim Curry's not in it, just Christopher Walken.
I was
But
just
anyway,
gonna say-
the trailer
I said,
for it.
what
The
the-
trailer for it was the most dog shit trailer I've ever figured out. They did not figure out how to make a decent trailer until like the mid 2000s.
Did you know who directed that movie?
Ridley
Which
Scott?
one?
No, Cronenberg.
Yeah, it was a Cronenberg movie.
Really?
Yeah, a
it's,
lot of people forget about
Are there
Dead
any
Zone as a
Cronenbergs
Cronenberg
in the movie, or is it just
No.
regular people?
No body horror really.
Well, that's
There is
pointless.
a
Well, Chris
scene where a
Walken's
bunch
in
of
it, so-
or like
Christopher
tweens
Walken is a
are
treasure.
drowning
Don't
in a
insult
lake.
him like
that was
that.
kind of cool.
Have you ever seen the Fat Fucking Slim music video?
That's true.
Can we just review that music video instead of this fucking movie?
We can
Okay,
do everything
no.
in our power
Yeah.
to avoid talking about this movie.
Let's
No, I
let's
actually
start
really wanna
let's
talk about
start
this movie.
from the top here. Why the fuck did we watch this movie?
Because
Should I give the background?
Yes,
on
okay.
this?
Yeah.
So the start was obviously we're in it's it's spook season. Ooh. So my first thought was maybe like It versus It. Like let's do the new It and the old It.
That's a lot of fucking time.
That is a
That's
lot.
what I
That's like
said to
12
him.
hours worth of shit. So we immediately
It's
backed
not
off of
gonna
that.
Might as well
And
read
I
the
was like,
fucking
well,
book too.
The best thing about It is obviously Tim Curry. So what if we just talked about Tim Curry movies? Everybody likes the old It. Everybody knows fucking Rocky Horror. I was like, better yet, let's watch a Tim Curry movie that we haven't seen.
Watch Home Alone 2.
So we picked Legend because I don't know anything about it other than when you look on Tim Curry's credits on IMDb,
They always show
that
him
is
in the
on
makeup.
a list.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in that crazy fucking makeup. Which
Yeah,
we'll
he
also
was
get
he was
to.
he was the darkness. I believe in a thing called love, just as the rhythm of your heart.
Honestly, though, that is kind of his motivation. He does believe
Yeah,
in a thing
he
called love.
believes in a thing
and he
called
wants
love.
to kiss
I mean, his version of love is
Mia
just
Sarah. That's the actress.
His
TV's
version
Mia
of love is
Sarah.
just having some lady that he can drag around with him and tell her what to do. Which I guess in the 80s is probably just
That's
what
basically a
love was.
basic relationship in the 80s.
What is love?
Okay, so what is this film? What is this masterpiece about?
Chris, why don't you give us a plot summary?
Okay, I'll give you a plot summary. Darkness is a sad, sad boy. He lives in darkness.
He lives in a cave with a chimney.
He lives in a fucking tree. It's
Is
a
it
giant
okay?
tree.
Okay.
Wait, what? It's a tree?
Yes. You didn't see? They show a picture of it. It's like a fucking
Evil tree. Yeah,
like,
okay, I get
I
So-
it.
can't
so-
think
so
of the-
darkness-
I was trying to think of the Viking tree name.
Darkness,
Whatever the fuck.
We don't
darkness
support
boy,
white supremacists on this podcast.
Darkness boy gets real sad because the light's coming, and then he says, "Kill some unicorns because a human girl touched him." And then Tom Cruise is an elf, and he loves
He's
the
not an
human
elf.
He's
girl.
like a nymph. Or
He's a
something.
nymph. He's just a,
He knows how to speak rabbit, and it's a lot more complicated than speaking Finch. They make it
He's-
very clear.
wow, good memory.
Jesus
I
Christ!
watched the shit out of this movie.
Tom
I sat
Cruise.
in my office chair and studied this film. Well, I drank about 7 beers because it took me that much to get through it.
Tom Cruise is basically a forest hobo.
Yep.
And
no,
then-
he's got a
Also
job.
known as a nymph.
Yeah, or a nymph.
Nymphomaniac, I
Yeah.
think is what they're called.
He's
They,
a
they
nymph.
just
he,
can't stop with the forest.
he fucking loves the forest. He
So he
loves
lives in the
forest.
forest. There's a lady. They get married. because- princess that throws
Princess Lily.
that
She's a
throws
princess of nothing as far as we
Not
can-
a castle
she's
shown.
nothing
She lives in a
tangible.
fucking hovel with some old lady and a baby, but apparently she's a princess.
The listening audience can tell how cohesive this film is by the way that we've been able to get through.
I mean, truly, the plot is very
We're about
simple.
7 minutes in, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so they
The basis of the movie is the darkness. Tim Curry doesn't like light, doesn't like love. Destroy love. Goes upstairs. He
No, he
says,
doesn't have a problem. He wants
"Well,
to
no,
love
he
the
only
lady.
finds love later on."
But yeah,
Spoilers.
he hates the sun because
Yeah.
the sun makes him sad.
Yeah, makes him sad. Go up there, get rid of love. Send some fucking imp boys upstairs. They
He's
go
up in a tree. The people are down on the planet.
that's
I
nuts.
can't make this more
That's
clear.
so nuts to
They
me.
show the tree like 70 fucking times
okay
in the movie.
in the tree.
I was watching. Maybe because you watched the director's cut.
I did watch the director's cut.
It's probably more.
113
That's probably why you
Ridley
thought the
Scott,
movie's great.
Actually, Ridley Scott did say in an interview when it bombed in America, said, well, Europeans are more classy or
It made more money in the
sophisticated.
U.S. than it did internationally.
Ridley Scott, though, still had a career after this film. All right, so sends out his imp boys. Go kill the unicorns. Unicorns apparently are the reason why there's light.
There's
I didn't,
two
Yeah,
unicorns.
there's two of them. You can't touch them.
There's
Otherwise,
a boy and a girl.
okay. Why didn't
Yeah.
one have a ding dong then?
They didn't
don't think they did a close-up on
they didn't
that.
explicitly show it, but
I didn't. Don't tell show. That's how you make a movie.
Don't
I
show
think
tell
horse
ya.
dick in a movie didn't really come around till the 90s.
Okay,
Mr. Hands.
goatsy. So send the imp boys, kill them. Also kidnap the girl at some point, I guess, and then
I think the girl
Tom,
was just
Tom
kidnapped
Cruise,
because she was around a unicorn.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
kidnapped the unicorn and she came with.
Yeah, and then Tom Cruise go do Tom Cruise stuff. They throw like saucer pans at the imps at one point. I remember that. And
You're
then,
doing a terrible. You just jumped over the whole. The whole point is
You skipped about 65 minutes.
What?
If you were watching the
Then tell me
director's
what
cut.
was in the middle of
the
there.
middle there.
Before
was,
we got Tim Curry again.
Okay.
We had Tim Curry, then we didn't have Tim
before
Curry,
the lady-
and then we got Tim Curry again.
Before the lady gets kidnapped, Lily,
um,
one of the unicorns gets killed
right,
by
by
a
the-
goblin.
He doesn't get killed. He got his
Gets his
fucking head
horn-
shaved
horn
off.
he
knocked
gets,
off.
He gets but he gets shot. He dies like 20 minutes later.
No,
but he comes back to life at the end.
Yeah, he comes back.
Well, they show him like laying down, frozen in the snow. I
Yeah,
think-
he's
or-
like it's like
I
a
think
magical
that's-
thing. He's dead
What's
until he
dead
gets
can
his
never
He
horn.
die.
looks pretty
Yeah.
fucking dead.
He's dead until his horn comes
So
back.
yeah, the whole
What's
world
dead
freezes
can
over
never
in
die.
winter, and then some little fucking wizard elf shows up.
Naked boy
Yeah, naked boy shows up who is really weird to watch talk because
Yeah.
there's voiceover for him.
who looked exactly
Which
like
is-
Ramsey Bolton.
Which also the lady who is the goblin is doing the voiceover for the little kid.
yes, that's true.
Didn't
And
Tom Cruise
it's
kiss
really
a fairy
strange
or
to
something
watch.
at
He
one
does
point?
kiss a fairy.
Yeah.
No, she wants to get some, and
Yeah.
he's like, and
No, he
he's like,
kisses
no.
her.
He
Yeah,
does kiss
that's
her?
Yeah, he kissed her.
When he's getting the armor, he kisses her.
When did he get fucking
not,
armor?
Not when he get.
The part where they're
Were you
in,
watching this at all?
All right, so this
I
might,
watched most of it.
I think we might have found our first difference in the director's cut. 'Cause
He
when
does kiss
when they're
her.
in the
Yeah, he
like
kisses
in
her
the
twice.
cell.
Late, no, only at the end.
When they're in the jail cell inside of the tree, and
Yeah.
she asks to kiss him.
Right.
Did we
he
watch
tells her to
3
fuck
different
off.
versions of this movie?
He
I
doesn't
don't know.
kiss her
I
when he
know
gets the armor, though.
So I know she shows up at some point, says some shit. I tuned it out, but then it's like, "Yo, let me get some," and then he kisses her, and
He
then
gives her a quick kiss, and she's like,
like,
"That's
yeah,
not
what-
a
yeah, what-
kiss.
yeah, that's not a knife. This
That's
is
a
a
knife."
knife."
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Here's a plot summary. Tim Curry's fucking awesome. Everything else kind of fucking blew.
Tim Curry's
actually,
all right in this movie.
I thought he
but
was
it's
pretty
a
good.
little. Some of it is a bit.
He
I don't-
did the
well,
best he fucking could.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I guess he was
given-
wearing probably about 20 pounds of prosthetics.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Tim Curry because that's the whole point of this. Where like if you haven't seen the film, this masterwork of fantasy that made Ridley Scott's career. Tim
You said
Curry's
it
wearing
multiple
about
times.
15 pounds of
wasn't-
fake
if it wasn't
horns
for
on top
Legend,
of his head.
I wouldn't
And
have ruined the
apparently
Alien
he's got
franchise.
goat feet as well.
Did
Which
you ever
they
see his
show.
feet, really?
When he steps
Yeah,
out
no,
of
when
the
he
mirror,
steps on the mirror, you can
they
see
show
his
big-ass goat feet.
his sick ass.
Because for some
feet.
reason they decide to have the main villain of the movie be hidden for the first fucking hour.
Yeah.
And they do a big reveal, but then the big reveal is about 3.5 seconds.
Yes.
They could have made that whole thing epic, but then he just walks out and he's like,
He's in the
"Sup,
first
bitch?"
fucking scene.
Yeah,
But
they
you don't
show
see him, you just see
They
his
don't-
hand.
They don't show Big
No,
Devil
you can
Horn
see
Man.
what you can see his
That's his
face.
chair.
No, you can see his face and his eyes and everything. You can see his entire thing.
That doesn't.
That does not happen at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
I don't.
It most because I was still plugged in the beginning.
I don't
which one
think
did
you
you
watched
do?
this
Did you
movie.
rent it from YouTube?
Yeah, I rented it from YouTube.
See, I got it by other means.
I think that's why mine was a higher
As did
quality.
I.
Mine was in high definition.
Mine was also in high
an
definition.
HD version of it
Hold
doesn't
on.
mean that you get different scenes, Chris.
Yeah. Also, the
I'm
HD
pulling it
version
up.
looked like shit anyway.
Yeah, because it wasn't shot in HD.
Like it was just grainy. It was the most widescreen thing I've ever seen too. So I was watching it on a widescreen monitor, and yet still the bottom and top 2 inches were chopped
Did
off.
you just say a movie from the 80s wasn't shot in HD?
Yeah.
It was shot on film, buddy.
Yeah,
that's HD, bud.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
well,
whatever. The Critic podcast. We're supposed to know stuff.
Yeah,
well,
wherever
fuck
they
you.
wherever they
I
stored
speak for the
this
working
film-
man.
Wherever they stored this film before they did the director's cut and made it HD was a very damp room with a lot of light in it.
Yeah.
'Cause it looked like fucking shit.
I'm finding the scene.
Chris is watching the whole movie again.
Yeah.
All right, so
I didn't bring my copy of it.
Mike, I've got a question for you. Do you think that Tim Curry needed to
Look,
put on any of
he's
those
right
prosthetics at all?
fucking there. Like, there is
I mean,
the entire Tim Curry. He's all there. He's all there. You see him right at the first fucking scene.
That wasn't in my version.
That's not
dog.
what Tim Curry looks like in that movie.
Well, that's what he looked like in my movie.
Like,
Dog, you're crazy.
oh Jesus, it's all dark now. Oh, fucking.
Yeah. So
I don't know,
so maybe
man.
the oomph for me was taken away because I saw Tim Curry. And I thought it was kind of strange that like his eyes were illuminated and his fingernails.
Oh, that's
were
not him. That's his
Oh
dad.
no, that is him.
That is him. It's totally him.
No, but there's Tim
I
Curry.
don't-
There's
no,
darkness
This
and
was
then
not in the director's cut.
no, that wasn't in it at all. What the fuck is going on in this?
Yeah, he had this whole soliloquy in the beginning. I'm like, oh, cool, Tim Curry.
The,
Oh, no,
the
there was-
soliloquy in the beginning
Is just
for me
off-screen
was the
voiceover.
shot of the back of a chair with the goblin in front of it and just his hand
Yeah.
the
Oh,
entire
yeah, no.
time.
Yeah, he comes in the goblin. He's like, "Go kill or he's like, check this shit out. You gotta go kill this unicorn. You feel?" And he puts like a knife
He had
against
a
his
lot
head.
of difficulty describing a unicorn too. Like,
Yeah.
he wouldn't say what the creature was. He was just like,
I feel like I watched a
it has this-
completely different movie than you guys.
I mean, they both
We might-
suck, so maybe we have
Yeah.
some shared
there might be
experiences.
3 cuts of it. No one. I
No,
think,
there
did
is.
that much
There's
research.
more. There's definitely more than 2 cuts.
That's crazy.
Right. Well, I saw the director's cut. Which
I
was a
saw
lot
the
longer.
YouTube original cut.
Also, was the did you? So you guys both had the Tangerine Dream soundtrack.
No, I did not.
You didn't.
No.
No.
Did you?
Did you have the
director's cut?
tangerine?
I don't.
Did you have like
think
a
so.
Was it
cool
weird synthy shit?
electronic synth?
Sort of.
Was
Nothing-
it? Was it an orchestra?
Maybe.
I mean, it would either clearly stringed instruments or a guy at a synth.
Chris
they
knows
don't
one
sound that different.
music
They're that close.
thing, and that is the Desert Sessions 11 and 12.
11 and 12 in stores now.
Probably a synthesizer in this room. We could show you what one sounds.
I
like.
know what his fucking synthesizer sounds
So,
like, dog.
but yeah, Tangerine Dream did the original soundtrack. The European version and director's cut had
Have
a really
it,
shitty
yeah.
orchestral score.
Oh,
It
so
sounds
I
like a
did watch the
college
European
student.
version.
Yeah, you guys probably watched the same version, seeing
Yeah.
that you got it from nefarious places.
Shut the. You know what? Don't fucking narc on me.
I didn't
you
narc.
fucking YouTube elitist.
You fucking you borrowed it from an older relative.
yeah,
and
I
watched
borrowed
it on a Betamax.
I borrowed it from my uncle, Rick.
Also,
Yeah.
who's
Sup?
getting royalties from this fucking movie right now?
Fucking Tim
honestly,
Curry,
Tim
dude.
Curry probably. Yeah.
Probably not.
I would think so.
And I would doubt.
I'm sure
Tom
he gets
Cruise
some
is.
kind of resig.
It's a Universal movie, so
Okay,
they're,
let's
they're
get
still
down.
making money on it.
Let's get down to brass
I
tacks.
very
here.
rarely get paid in royalties.
This is
not really a
extraordinarily
thing.
disjointed.
Brendan,
Anyone
what's his
listening has
name
not
did,
gotten
though?
anything out of this. So
Brendan,
far.
did you
Well,
watch
that's
the
whole
film?
point of the podcast.
I have watched it before, but I
And
didn't
you
watch it
let
this
us
week.
fucking watch this shit again?
Did we tell you in advance?
I mean,
that
you
this
did
is the movie
take
we were
us to
watching?
Applebee's, so that's fine.
That is fair.
That's a punishment.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what we do.
No,
on
it's
this.
a bad movie.
Yeah.
like there are great kind of what I would. There's like a class of films from the '80s that are like
Krull,
this.
which I'm going to bring up
Ugh.
repeatedly during. this.
There,
Because that's what I think we probably should have watched that.
I would put this in the same category as like Dark Crystal.
Yeah, it had a very Dark Crystal vibe.
Isn't Dark Crystal like good?
yeah, it's a Jim Henson movie.
I
It's
mean,
phenomenal.
the
But,
the plots,
Labyrinth.
the plots
Which
always
is
kind
also
of
a Jim
suck.
Henson movie.
Yeah,
So
they're
the point
good,
is,
though.
if it was made in the '80s and it didn't have Jim Henson in it, it was fucking garbage.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Can we do the-
and this
can we
is
just
the
change this to the
bottom.
Henson
This
cast?
is the bottom tier of that class
Yeah, this
of
is
movies.
yeah. real bad. So let's go down the line. Let's bring this back together here.
Okay.
Okay. One by one, starting with Andy. In a sentence, your thoughts on the movie as a whole. Go.
It was very much a set and costume design movie. Nothing else was good or mattered.
Cool. Scranton.
I like Tim Curry.
Fair enough.
Solid.
Doo stinky poop. Except for Tim Curry, he's cool.
I did
also
really enjoy,
very 80s.
I really enjoyed the fact that Tom Cruise was just garbage the whole
Oh,
fucking
let's
movie.
talk about
He's
Tom
normally
Cruise's appearance in
garbage.
this. Did he look a little different to you guys?
His teeth were different.
His teeth were so fucking big.
Yeah.
So big. So big.
Does he not have big teeth anymore? or
He definitely
something?
got his teeth fixed because
Yeah.
he had like full on like rabbit, like scary teeth.
Yeah.
Also,
he's gotten some work done since
he was
then.
tiny in this movie.
He's tiny
They
to,
did
to
not.
this
They
day.
did not
He's
shoot
tiny
it
to
to
me.
make.
He's
Yeah, but they
always
didn't
tiny,
shoot it to
tiny.
make him 6'2".
Yeah, because
That's
he was
true.
supposed to be a fucking squirrel boy.
But did you notice that he never was fucking vertical or standing next to anyone tall
He
in
did
the whole
crawl
movie?
a lot. But also his voice in the beginning, like he kind of beefed up as the movie went on. Like I'm becoming a hero, but at the very beginning, he just whisper talked everything. He's like, look at the unicorn.
Okay.
Did you notice that Tom Cruise?
rabbit and the unicorn.
All right, so
Tom
let's-
Cruise is the only person in the movie without an English accent because they said no, you will not do this.
He
Don't
cannot
even
do an
try.
English accent. I assume.
I believe so.
Okay, so
It's
now
like, oh,
let's
you're all English. Hello, hello, rabbit.
so let's go off of
Abbott.
let's go off Andy your point where you said it's very very set, very costume. What do we think about the overall like cinematography of it? The pacing, not the
Pacing was terrible.
that was bad.
The
But like
pacing,
the
the
set,
pacing was stumbling around like a drunk man.
yeah.
the set, the costumes. I think it was kind of run of the mill. That's probably the
You didn't think the
strength.
sets were sick?
No, dude.
All the sets during the
they all
daytime
look
before,
the fucking same.
well, before the unicorn got slayed and it turned into winter and shit, they were pretty sick. Like you got to give it up for that. It was all practical shit. First of all,
It was all practical because it was fucking 80s.
well, I don't know. They had
Yeah,
fucking.
it was
you
a
know,
bunch of practical. Although
Max Headroom was
the
around
sound
in the
effects
80s.
while they were in the woods were clearly like done in a warehouse or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Every time they showed an animal, it was like, look, it's a horse, and then you just hear clopping, echoing back and
Well,
forth.
I feel
as
like
though
they
there's just a
blew-
fucking hallway going down
they
the woods.
blew their they blew a lot of their budget in the first like 20 to 30 minutes of the
I
movie.
believe that.
And
Well,
that's
they probably
why,
built 4 sets
Yeah.
and then were out of money.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, yeah, now it's gonna snow.
Yeah.
They
Now
spent
it's a new set.
$25 million on this movie.
I
And
saw 30. Some
It's-
estimates were 30.
It says 25.
Interesting.
It also only made 24 box office.
Hell
so
yeah.
this was a
Get
huge
fucked,
failure.
nerds.
And that's domestic and international.
Okay, so moving past, so I think probably the highlight of the movie is probably the soundtrack that you guys have been talking about.
Tangerine
Well,
Dream.
I haven't heard it. Tangerine Dream.
I listened to it today at work.
Is
It's
a pretty
really good.
is a seminal electronic band
Um,
up there
and-
with like Kraftwerk and shit.
Or like more Garson.
And then I heard a college student trying to do his impression of John Williams write a fucking score, and it was awful.
Yeah, it was pretty bad as far as the score went. What did you guys? Okay, so did you? Okay, what did you think of once they? I thought that the set design really went downhill, and once they went inside of the tree, which I thought was,
Which
I thought was a
your-
cave.
It is a tree.
Mike, we've established that
Mike, if you go home with one thing today,
they were in a tree.
Tim Curry lives in a tree. That's the whole point of this fucking movie.
can't you see it's a metaphor?
He's got a big dick. That's the point. Like a tree.
Okay. Did you? I thought that the scene set design went way downhill once
Well, yeah,
they
'cause
got
it was-
inside. It was
everything
too
was in
fucking
dark.
dark.
Yeah, everything was
They
in
had
the
some
dark.
cool stuff in there. They had a Lucifer
feel like they-
statue and a Baphomet.
I feel like
there.
they kind of tried to get away with lighting a lot of the indoor shit with fire. Mm-hmm. And they were like, oh, this is going to look cool, but it just was bad.
Yeah.
And at least in the case of the version that I watched, it just seemed like they like cranked up the brightness on the digital version. It's like, look, you can see everything now.
Yeah,
it's just
and it's
pale
not,
as fuck.
It's not good.
Yeah, it was bad.
So let's get down to like the real meat and bones of this
Is
film.
this a Chad story?
Is
Is
it
this is this a story
That's where I was
about
going
the
with it.
Chad Darkness stealing fucking
okay,
the loser
okay.
Tom Cruise's wife?
I will do you one better. Was the darkness really a Chad?
Was he a
because-
Chad or was he? What's the opposite of a Chad? Just a,
A neckbeard or an incel.
neck beard. Okay, an incel. Yeah, yeah.
Chester?
Chester.
A Chester. I posit, or a nice guy. There you
Nice
go.
guy.
I posit that Tim Curry's The Darkness was actually a gamer.
He was a gamer.
He was a gamer
'Cause
that's
he
living
lived in the tree?
living in a tree, living in a tree, a society, a society
dear
tree.
God.
I'll
He's
get the
living in
fuck out of here
a
with that shit.
society tree, and he's stealing the gamer girl back from the Chad, Tom Cruise. Who's a bigger Chad than Tom Cruise?
That's fair.
In 1985, Tom Cruise wasn't Chad.
I gotta say, it was
Mission
pretty
Impossible
Okay.
wasn't even in sight.
You're telling me that he wasn't a Chad when she's like, "Yo, kiss me," and he fucking just did. When she's like, "Yo,
The bitch
anybody
threw a ring off of a cliff
and then
and
he's
he
like, "I'm
jumped
gonna
off of
get
it
that
after
ring,"
that.
and he got that ring.
Yeah, but that's kind of a
She
neckbeard
tricked him into
move.
jumping off of
Yeah.
a cliff.
Okay, they're both Chads.
That's not a Chad.
They're-
I mean,
a
they're,
Ch- a
they're
Chad
both,
was-
they're both nice guys.
A Chad would
they're
smack
either
her
both
and be like,
Chads or
go
both-
pick up the ring.
But
Yeah, that's fair.
I do not think that Tim Curry's The Darkness was a Chad.
I thought he was kind of a nice guy. He like asked her to sit down at the table. He's like, "I'd just like some conversation."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a nice guy.
He is kind of a nice
He's like,
guy.
"Yo, you don't have to wear makeup. You look great without it."
And then he puts a shitload of makeup on her.
Yeah.
So
I
she's
actually thought
plastered up with that shit.
my favorite scene in the whole movie was immediately preceding the Tim Curry reveal, where she like dances with the like shadow person and then gets all gothed
They like
out.
merge and
Yeah,
become.
and
And it's
then
like,
she's
oh no,
like-
she's the shadow lady.
How
So
can
there
you
is a
have
little bit
light
of
without
spook here.
darkness? I'm setting up the sequel. That'll never happen.
Yeah,
Did
honestly.
you guys know that the slang Chad actually has a last name too?
What is
Really?
it?
Yeah, it is Thundercock.
Chad Thundercock.
Thundercock. So that's definitely fucking Tommy Cruise.
Tommy Cruise is not Chad
No,
Thundercock.
Tim
yeah,
Curry
he-
is definitely
yeah.
Chad Thundercock.
Not in the darkness. Not in the darkness.
In Rocky Horror, he is. He fucks everybody in that movie. Okay, let's talk about Tim Curry.
He's definitely the highlight of the movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
I've got
there's no question
I've got a
about
big
that.
question for you guys. Tim Curry has talked many times about how traumatic it was for him to wear all that makeup and shit, and like it was like
It
10
was
hours
not
of makeup.
fucking worth it.
Did
Well,
he
yeah.
even have to be in?
No, Tim Curry is a
He
fucking
could've just-
terrifying looking human being.
But he could have just
can
done
just-
the VO. He didn't have to be in the fucking suit.
No, he didn't. That's true. They could have gotten anybody to do that. There was, I mean,
But it's part of the craft, Mike.
so he was voiceover anyway. There's no way that they put that much effects on his voice
Right,
and
and did it
recorded him
live.
in room.
Right.
I don't know,
Like
man.
on
Like when he
set.
was like talking, like when there was like the close ups on his face when he was talking, it looked like he was actually saying the lines.
Well, I mean,
I think that
the
he
little-
actually made his voice sound that way.
the little
That's how
elf
badass
dude,
he is.
the elf wizard who also had voiceover. It didn't really seem
Yeah,
like.
because he's not Tim Curry.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm saying it didn't really seem like he had voiceover that as much as.
What about
well.
when one dude got
I think
shot
they-
in the head but he didn't die?
Yeah, that was kind of cool. That guy's name's Brown Town.
Yeah, no, he
I wanted him to
He had
die.
a bottle of wine on his head.
Yeah.
and the wine
Yeah.
caught the arrow, even though it could have.
Oh
just,
yeah, and they drink the wine out of
Which
the
it-
the fucking olives.
Which it
Yeah.
also doesn't make any sense that it shot the wine bottle because it just hit his hat anyway.
Yeah.
yeah.
But they were just like, oh no, look, it got caught by the
You,
wine.
want
and
to talk
it didn't
about
hit him in the
talk
head.
about a real nice guy scene?
And then he just
when
let,
they're all
he let somebody
drinking.
get kidnapped. He's like, oh, I pretend to be shot. Fuck this bitch. She can get kidnapped. I'll
Yeah,
lay
that's
here in the
true.
snow till
He
my
does
friends
kind
come
of just
save
let her
me.
run off.
Well, then like when they're
He
all
was
when they're all
terrible at
when they're all
defending the
cheers into to Tommy Boy there, and they're all like to whatever the fuck.
Jack. His name is Jack in every fucking movie.
Yeah, to Jack Ryan.
To Jack Ryan.
To
To
Jack
Jack-
Ryan.
Can I give a little background too on why his name is Jack? Because this is just as dumb as the rest of the movie.
Sure, Mike.
So his name is. Oh fuck! Now I don't remember actually.
Jack
what the
Mehoff?
full name is. Yes,
Jack
Mehoff.
Thundercock.
But yeah, the basis of his name Jack is apparently it's tradition during like May Day in England for some dude to dress up like a fucking bush.
Okay.
And that guy's name is Jack, so they were like, he's a nymph. You know what's in the woods? Bushes. So we're gonna name him after this May Day shit. He's Jack. Aren't we fucking creative?
We're done. We're done.
so
Done.
bad.
Next one.
Print it. Come on, let's go.
Next one.
Let's
Lily,
go.
Lily, because she's like a fucking
She's
flower.
like a flower. Next
Flower.
one. Come on.
Darkness. He lives in a tree.
Get it going. It's dark in trees.
But yeah, so the
darkness.
the what's it called the nice guy thing is when they're all cheersing to Jack, and he's like to Jack, and then Jack's like and Lily takes his little
Oh,
shot.
did he do that? I missed
He says,
that.
He's the softest
Lily.
fucking. He's the least hero thing I've ever heard speak.
Okay.
It's Jack O the Green. That's
Oh,
what it is.
okay. All right.
Also,
So,
a very creative name for a dude who's dressed as a fucking bush.
hey guys, since this is a movie with not a lot of content in it, and and it's a Tim Curry movie, we brought some curries to do some taste testing. So let's take a little intermission, and we'll all taste test these curries.
Let's
So-
avoid talking about this.
So
absolute
Chris
dumpster
over there
fire.
has the chicken tikka masala.
Bland.
Bland.
Tikka masala?
It's not bland.
It's Cafe Spice. They sell them at Market 32. Not a sponsor. Fuck them.
It's not bland.
Hey, look, if Mr. Golub.
Yeah, if
wants
you want to
get
cut
a
us a
hold of
check,
us-
Neil, that's fine.
I got some chicken curry
chicken
with
curry.
lemon rice, featuring antibiotic-free chicken.
Sick.
Sweet.
Sick chickens. And then I also have this one, which I made myself, which
I'll
I'd
try
like.
that.
Kind of tastes like a masaman. That's kind of how it came out.
This
Oh, wait,
actually
that's
isn't
my
that
fork.
bad. Like
They're good. They're good little.
That one's kind of bland.
This
the
one.
the one I
Is
had,
it this? I think this is the tikka
the
masala.
curry tastes like curry. The rice may be made out of plastic.
Well,
Like,
yours is good, Em.
I think there's
you.
antibiotic-free chicken in here, but I believe they just repurposed PVC pipe to make that rice.
What's your guys' favorite Tim Curry movie? This is
Um,
kind of fun.
I mean-
This is like a sleepover.
Favorite Tim Curry movie or favorite Tim
Hungry?
Curry performance?
Doesn't matter.
Let's
favorite
do
performance is It.
No.
let's do movie. We can talk voiceover later if we get to it. 'Cause that's
Nigel Thornberry's the best voiceover.
Well, 'cause I
Oh, he
think
did
it's-
Nigel Thornberry?
Fuck yeah, he
Yeah.
did Nigel
Yeah.
Thornberry. Think about that voice
Oh, yeah.
for 1 second.
Yep.
That's fucking Tim Curry,
Smashing
baby.
him.
Smashing.
I love the old It. Like I
I
think it's
don't-
the greatest
I don't love-
campy thing.
The first half of the old It is phenomenal.
That's probably Tim Curry's best performance.
It's
I mean,
certainly
Rocky
up
Horror
there.
is also pretty.
I think Rocky
I've actually
Horror
never
is-
seen Rocky Horror.
You haven't seen Rocky
Oh,
Horror?
we should do.
I
That's
guess
what we should be
we've done- we
reviewing
should've done
today.
that.
We should have watched that.
Well, I had seen it a million times. I assumed Andy was the
I've
same
seen
way.
it like 100 times, Joe.
I've
So-
seen it live many
I
times.
figured that Rocky Horror has been done enough. Let's go with something that maybe people weren't familiar with. I didn't think about the fact that maybe people aren't familiar with Legend because they shouldn't be.
Yeah, it turns out The reason why we haven't seen it is because it sucks.
It's really bad.
Mine's definitely Rocky Horror. That's
I gotta
definitely
say,
my
like
favorite.
from what I've seen from Tim Curry's stuff,
Man, this
is-
is dope.
Yeah.
yeah,
Is
it's
there
actually very good.
Peanuts in this? Some kind of nut?
Tahini.
Oh, that's
Okay.
what it is.
Yeah,
Oh.
baby. That is the trick to stir fries and curries. Just
Speaking
put a
of tahini.
little tahini in just
So
to give it a little base.
Fuck the rest of this podcast. Tahini. Carrie made.
Andy obviously hasn't eaten yet today. 'Cause he was
Carrie
too-
made.
fucking starving.
too
She
fucking
made
huge
blondies
bites.
for work,
Okay.
but so just like the big tray of chocolate chip cookie dough, but the main seasoning in it, it's a lot less sugar, but it has like a cup and a half of tahini in it.
Oh, wow.
And then you put like kosher salt on top of it.
That's
So it's a salty, sweet tahini like brown. I've eaten like 7 of them. I've gotten a stomach ache from it. It's crack. I'll have her make some and bring them into the office.
Hell yeah. Who's sexier in this
Actually,
movie?
this should be the work cast since we all work in Commerce Hub.
Yeah,
I thought we were
exactly.
talking about Tim Curry, man.
Who is sexier in this movie?
Okay.
Tim Curry
Okay.
Tim Curry.
or Mia Sarah, the
Tim
lady,
Curry.
Lily?
or Tom Cruise?
Tim Curry.
No.
Tim Curry's pretty sexy in this movie. He comes out and he's like, check out my fucking abs.
Yeah, so he's pretty
They're a
jacked.
prosthetic.
He's got like a big ass hole in the back of his shirt so you can see all his back muscles, and he has those like huge fucking like lat things. Like he just sits there and holds weights and curls his shoulders around for hours on end.
Do you guys remember Fern Gully?
I never saw Fern Gully.
Never saw it.
I saw the
I don't even know
remake
what
though.
that is.
He's the bad guy in Fern Gully too.
I saw that remake.
Burned Gully.
Would that
Avatar.
be better? Would that
Oh
have been
my
better
God.
to watch than Legend? Is there any movie that wouldn't be better to watch than Legend?
Is there any movie that would be
Including
better
Krull.
if Tim Curry was in it?
I don't know. I would have loved to see the new It with Tim Curry.
Oh,
I-
that's a super cut that needs to happen.
Seriously.
Somebody needs to edit that together.
I think the Skarsgård that was in it did a pretty good Skarsgård job.
Did you see both parts?
I only saw the first
I
part.
haven't seen 2 yet.
They're both pretty good.
That was
They're not bad.
that's what I was thinking of pitching. I was like, let's go. I'll rewatch chapter 1 and we'll all go see chapter 2 this weekend. But that's a lot of work.
I think Tim Curry works so well in that original It movie.
I like how like that he plays it more of a goofy clown.
Yeah,
as opposed to a creepy
that's
clown.
why he pulls it off.
Yeah.
Is because he maintains the goofy clown thing the whole time. When
But he's
Skarsgård
so-
does
he's-
it,
yeah,
he
it's
has
not the
he
same.
becomes like this like evil
Like,
clown thing, and that's fine for its different performance.
Yeah.
But the way that Tim Curry manages to
He
keep that
flips
clown
it. He
feel the
flips
whole
it
time.
too like that. Like he just
Yeah.
fucking switches it on.
When he like laughs and his mouth is full of like razor sharp teeth.
Yeah.
But like when he's doing
Curry.
the part where he's in the
Curry.
library, he's up on the 2nd floor holding the balloons, and he does some terrible pun.
Yeah.
And then just starts like doing the choo-choo move with his arm and just going aha, aha, aha. Like he's ripping on his own joke and terrifying the shit out of someone at the same time. Like I can't get enough of that shit.
Yeah, he's
I
pretty
might
great.
rewatch the old It.
But what about his
this weekend or
performance in
something.
Home Alone 2?
He was good in Home Alone too.
I don't think I've ever
remember it.
actually seen Home Alone.
First
It's
of
the
all-
best part of the movie.
Can we talk about how Tim Curry looks a little bit like the Grinch? The real Tim Curry, not Tim Curry in like Rocky Horror with
I mean,
makeup on or like any other
the real
prosthetic.
Tim Curry looks like a lot of creepy villains because
It's
he's
that
a
mouth
terrifying looking
size.
man.
He also kind of looks like Mish, our friend Mish. They look like they could be like cousins or something.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
Same like little nose, big mouth.
Okay.
The only
Tim
problem-
Curry's not looking that great recently. if you
Well, yeah,
ask
he had
me.
a
He had a
stroke.
stroke.
Yeah.
He had
But
a
he's
really bad
still doing
stroke.
voice work.
He's still
Yeah.
doing voice work. Yep. He's like his most recent credits from this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still very active, and I think when I looked at his stuff, he's got like credits on things that are up and coming. But I don't know if he can walk anymore.
He's in a wheelchair
I
now,
think
I'm
he is in a
pretty sure.
wheelchair from that.
You know what Tim Curry was in that you probably forgot that he was in?
Hmm.
Scary Movie 2. He was
He
the
was in
bad
Scary
guy
Movie
in Scary
2.
Movie 2 that had the kooky house that got into
He was
many
also-
many spats with David Cross in that movie.
He was also in the 2016 version of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
oh.
Yeah.
There was another one.
Rocky Horror, Let's Do the Time Warp.
He does
Yep.
he's the criminologist in the newer
He is
one.
the criminologist, and the person who plays Dr. Frankenfurter is a big black lady,
Is the
Yeah,
criminologist
that's accurate.
which I can't imagine I won't come off as possibly sounding offensive, but when I saw a picture from that movie, I assumed that the protagonist was RuPaul. Because that's what it looked like.
I mean,
and then I
that's
looked
not
it up
that
and I was like, no, it's
crazy.
just a regular lady who
I
might
mean-
not be happy if people thought she looks like RuPaul.
I don't know. I mean, RuPaul like
Well,
you know.
RuPaul's wonderful.
Yeah.
I would aspire
I
to
forget
be
her
like
name, but
RuPaul.
it's the trans woman from Orange is the New Black.
Laverne Cox.
Yeah.
Was it actually a trans person?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Good on them.
I don't know if now what you said is less or more offensive.
Yeah,
I'm not
we'll
quite
have to.
sure.
Listeners at home can write into the show
But
and
I
tell
mean,
us
the
if
role-
Mike is
the role
canceled.
of-
Is Mike canceled, or can he come back
Yeah.
another day?
I don't have anything
But
for
that's
you
the
to cancel. What do you
point.
do? Shut off my fucking
That's what that
Gmail
role
account?
is supposed to look like. I
Exactly.
mean, that's kind of what that role is supposed
Yeah,
to be.
I mean,
Like-
literally, the name of the like his intro song, Frankenfurter's intro song in Rocky
Yeah.
Horror is "I'm a sweet,
I'm a sweet
transvestite
from
from
transsexual Transylvania.
Yeah, so it's not like
Yeah.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and it's
Plus,
that-
doesn't every trans woman aspire to be RuPaul anyway? Is that the whole point?
Well, RuPaul's a man.
RuPaul's pretty big,
I know.
but yeah, is a drag queen.
Yeah.
Change the
I'm trying to
subject
just
before
go
one of us
off
gets
the
in
deep
trouble.
end
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole canceled thing because I don't know what you're going to cancel
Keep it down,
unless
Chappelle.
you murder me.
But his
Chill out, Dave Chappelle.
his performance in Rocky Horror is really one of
Oh,
it's
I mean,
really one of the great performances.
It was such a cult classic, and
Yeah.
he doesn't even like understand the heat that it gets. Like he's
That's
talked about-
crazy. He doesn't know that.
I mean, he knows that it's got the heat,
Yeah.
but he's saying
very
like we
old
never
school,
meant
man.
for it to be as big as it
Gotcha.
was. Like
Well,
they
isn't that the
weren't-
purpose of? I mean, that's what a cult classic is. It's like, hey, we did a thing, and then it.
Yeah,
blows
well,
the
he
fuck up.
started-
You don't,
he
you don't make a
portrayed-
movie and be like, "Oh, this is gonna be a cult classic."
That's what I mean. It's like
But-
you're sitting there just like giving those performances. Like, I know in 1997 this is going to be the most popular Halloween movie ever because I'm
That's
Tim
fair.
fucking Curry and I
well,
can see the future.
so him doing that is actually one of the only examples in history of somebody portraying a character for a while in theater and then portraying that same character in the film version.
Oh yeah,
And I
didn't
think
know
that's
that it
one of the
went in
reasons
that
his
order.
performance is so good. It's because
That would make sense.
How many people get to practice a role that much before
Right.
it's committed to film like that?
Speaking of theater, did you know the Goblin and then also the
You talking about
who
Legend
also
now?
did the voiceover for the little elf wizard kid? That she is a successful Broadway actress.
did anyone think when he kissed the
I'm gonna
fairy,
look up who it is now because I can't remember.
when Tom Cruise kissed the fairy, was anyone like he's about to kiss a child? Tom Cruise is about to
Yeah,
kiss a
but he
child.
kind of looked like a kid.
I
Here we
mean,
go.
I'm sure he
Alice
has at
Clayton.
some kind of Scientology conference or
has.
something.
Oh yeah, he
We'll
didn't do
certainly.
Eyes Wide Shut for no reason.
Oh god.
God, that movie's so good. Are we going
It's
to talk
so
about Eyes
bad.
Wide Shut now and how
I
great it
haven't
is?
seen Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh my god.
I'm a
it's so
big
bad.
fan, and
It is,
Chris
it is,
hates
it is
it.
the last gasps of a fucking genius.
It is.
Like-
Secretly
his
about
fucking-
a pedophile cabal, which is why they killed.
is.
They
That's why
killed
that's why
my
they killed
man,
Kubrick.
fucking Kubrick.
Yeah.
They hit him with the heart attack.
It is.
Just
It is
like
an
Bernie Sanders.
wildly underrated movie.
Barney
It
Sanders.
is rated exactly where it should be.
Great Onion headline, by the way. Kamala Harris has heart surgery after seeing Bernie Sanders boost in polls.
I saw a good Onion headline today about Bernie that said leaked documents of Bernie Sanders' secret 15,000 person rally hit the streets.
Yeah, I think this movie's bad.
It's not good.
It's not fun to watch.
This is
Yeah,
the
this
Yeah,
really-
that was the thing that excited me during the first 10 minutes or so was like, I don't think it takes you more than the opening sequence that introduces you to the darkness and then the opening sequence that introduces you to Tom Cruise and whatever the name of the actress who plays Lily is.
Mia Sarah.
Mia Sarah. I'm just going to
Michael
say
Cera?
Michael Cera.
The darkness, Jack and Lily.
his mom.
Use their char-
Let's recast this film.
Wait, go ahead, Mike, first.
But for the first 10 minutes or so, you learn everything you need to know about
Yeah.
all of the characters.
You don't need to watch
and it's
the
a
middle.
dumpster fire of a movie at that point. So I got this little spark of like mid 80s. Everything sucks. This is going to be the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Right.
And
It's
then an
not
hour
even
in,
fun to watch.
nothing-
It's really
like
not.
there was no
Don't
redeeming
waste your
qualities
fucking
about
time.
any point in this movie. There's a point where it looks like Tom Cruise might drown,
Which was sick.
which I would have loved if he just died in the beginning. And then they cut the movie after like 15 minutes, and the darkness just won.
Well, the darkness did win.
No, he didn't. He
He
fucking
got, he got
lost.
murdered.
No,
you
he
talking
said, he
about?
said he
He
said he's
got
not
sent
going
out
anywhere.
into space.
He said he's
did-
not going
he
anywhere.
did cartwheels
he's going,
in space,
He said he's
dude.
not going anywhere. He said I'm always going to be a part of you. You can't have light without dark, bro.
I want to find the one person on the internet where when the darkness blinks out into space and a bunch of stars shoot off, they explain that it makes some constellation that represents Satan or some shit.
Yeah.
Like where is the
Well, it
really
does.
deep
It's the
analysis?
The
of
Morning
this movie?
Star, dude.
Let's recast this movie.
All right.
Real quick question.
Tim Curry as everyone.
Real quick
It's a
question about the
one-man
darkness. Why did he come being like,
I believe in a
Father,
thing called
I
love."
have this doubt. Who's the devil's dad? God.
I think maybe
He's not the devil. He's the darkness.
He's the darkness, but who's the darkness's dad?
the darkness. I guess maybe his dad is Satan.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. All right, recasting. Go.
Okay. All right, so
And let's re-script the fucking plot
well,
too.
we'll get to that. So should we? I guess we'd start with who should do.
What's it's Tim Curry's still the
Tim
darkness.
Curry's still the darkness,
But
That's
it's,
how
it's current Tim
it's
Curry.
no. It's not
Tim
in a
Curry does the
wheelchair.
VO. He does the VO.
Okay.
We don't put him through the fucking prosthetics
it's,
again.
it's Tim
No,
Curry.
but it's John
Tim
Cena
Curry
in the
from,
prosthetic.
I like that.
From 2011 with no fucking makeup on. He's just wearing a red tuxedo and he just acts, and it's probably better than what we saw.
I like he does the
'Cause he's
voice,
fucking
and it's
awesome.
John Cena in the suit.
I could deal with it being John Cena in the suit, as long as at some point John Cena does the "you can't see me" shit with his hand.
Oh,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah, because he's the darkness.
You can't
Yeah.
see me in the
Okay.
darkness. I'm waving my hand in front of my face like John Cena.
Okay, so John Cena,
John
with
Cena,
Tim Curry
Tim Curry's voice.
voiceover.
All right, who's playing Tom Cruise's role there?
So
Jackie.
who's got bad teeth now? Who will have
No,
good
we
teeth
need
later?
a tiny man with a soft voice who's just better than
Taika Waititi.
Michael Cera.
Michael Cera.
Well, we said it at the same time, so it has to be the
Michael
case.
Cera.
Michael
So
Cera,
Michael
and now
Cera.
Lily is also Michael Cera.
No, Lily is Timothy Chalamet
Who's Timothy Chalamet?
from Call Me by Your Name.
I don't know who that is or who
He's
that,
he's
what
the
that movie
current
is.
soft boy. He's the soft boy now.
If this is a movie
gotta
that's
look him up.
remotely recent, I don't know what the fuck it is going
Call
on.
Me by Your Name,
No,
I
I
never saw it.
that was good.
Oh, hi. I'm here to see your unicorn.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. He's
That's
gonna
it.
be Paul Atreides in Dune, and I really hope he doesn't fuck it up because I don't think he's a good actor.
Okay,
Yeah, but
wait,
Lily needs
instead
to
of-
be like an annoying actress
No, no,
that's
no,
like
no, no,
good
no.
enough that
No,
like
no, no, no,
who's,
no,
who's
no.
the chick from
Ryan
Pirates of the
Gosling.
Caribbean?
Ryan Gosling. Lily is Ryan Gosling.
Why are we trying to recast Ryan Gosling as a dude or Brian Gosling? Why are we
Brian
trying to
Gosling, his brother, he needs a role.
Why are we trying to recast Brian Boitano? Why are we recasting Lily as a dude?
I mean, just because it's funny.
Yeah, it's
a comedy
it's a
podcast.
funny bit.
But we
plays
can do
the-
okay. Let's name a single actress. That would be
Yeah, I
good.
say
for
let's
us.
get
Okay,
the unsavory chick from Pirates of the Caribbean. What's her name?
Helena Bonham Carter.
No,
No, that's not her.
Yeah, the-
Wait, Helena
blonde
Bonham
lady.
Carter. Did you just think that since what's his name's in it, Helena Bonham Carter must be in it?
Yeah, exactly.
Or you're just like Johnny Depp's in it? I guess Helena Bonham Carter
she must be
in it.
somewhere. They're
Just
attached to
somewhere
her.
out there.
What about that
Name
really
one movie
annoying
she's been
chick
in without
from fucking Bridesmaids that everybody loves? I fucking can't stand.
The fat lady.
Christian Wig.
Not Christian Wiig. I like her.
Christian Wig is what you just said.
Whatever.
Tina Fey.
Not
No,
Tina
she's not in
Fey,
that. Amy Poehler. She's not in
no.
that.
The
either.
one who's
No.
still on SNL?
No, the fucking one.
Melissa McCarthy?
Yes, Melissa McCarthy.
I love
she-
Melissa McCarthy.
Fucking hate her.
Yeah,
Why?
no, she's. Well, I guess I've only seen previews
I've only
of
seen
movies
like
that she's in.
her being in an
She's-
insufferable
and
role.
No, she's
and that's
good.
the thing. It's like it's just
When she
previews
does
of
it
her
right.
pissing other
Okay.
people off.
She's good in Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, she's a good
Oh well,
actress.
thank God. That changes everything.
I don't know about. That'd be
Rosie
fun.
O'Donnell.
No, mother of God. We're not
What
trying
about-
to. We're trying to make the movie better, not ruin it.
It's a bit, Mike.
I'm trying to get work done here.
Mike is
I
trying
didn't
to
come
get
here
this
to have
fucking
fun.
movie
I
picked
came
up.
here to be productive.
Who's playing
true.
the unicorns?
Oh wait.
Oh, dude.
Oh, no,
the
wait, wait,
twins from the Matrix,
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty
from
good.
Matrix 2.
I was thinking Ryan Gosling and
The Ghosts?
and fucking.
Why does Ryan Gosling need to be in this movie?
Because he's in my head for some reason right now.
Ryan Gosling can be the nude
and
boy
You
in
need
the,
to go like
in the
crank
wood.
one out to get Ryan Gosling off your
Nah,
mind.
dude, I wouldn't have enough time.
I take my time.
Yeah, I gotta take my time with Ryan.
Especially
No,
with
it's
Ryan
from
Gosling.
that from that movie, the Nice Guys. So it's Ryan Gosling and fucking the dude
Russell
gets-
Crowe?
Russell Crowe. They're the fucking unicorns.
Pointing around the world.
Yeah.
No, I think that Ryan Gosling could be a better role as the nude boy in the woods,
Okay.
who is.
But he needs a straight man or a goofus to play
and
after him.
the goofus
Oh, you
is
mean-
is Brown Tom, and that is Russell Crowe.
Okay.
And Russell Crowe has
Okay.
the wine bottle on his head, and Russell Crowe gets an arrow shot at his head. But,
Okay, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Okay. So, and then is there any other roles in this movie?
No.
Okay.
No, that's the entire fucking movie.
All right. Let's remake the plot then. I say. The end point that we have to get to is that the darkness wins, because I'm not gonna have some
Yeah.
fucking
Well, yeah,
So
Nancy boy
the
fucking
main-
win this shit.
The main movie happens the same, and then when everybody shows up to fight the darkness, John
just-
Cena just beats the fuck out of him. It's like, ugh.
That's when it fucking comes in. It's like he's got the arrow lined up,
Yeah.
getting ready. He's like, shoot her, shoot her.
No, they have that whole scene where she's dancing and she merges with the shadow version of herself, and you hear the mirror
John
explodes,
Cena.
and the darkness walks in and just punches her in the
Punching
face, and she
everybody.
flies into the fire. He's like, "Where the fuck is Tom Cruise?"
John
Right in
Cena's
an
got some
awesome
pretty
Tim
good
Curry
acting
voice.
chops.
Who
actually.
replaces Tangerine Dream? I think it's got to be
Kraftwerk?
Trent Reznor.
I was gonna say Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. Like,
Yeah.
that's,
You can't. Can you
give
do better?
them another
Give
Give
Academy
him
Award.
another
Dream?
Academy Award.
As a side note, can't wait for them to get their Emmy for Watchmen.
God, that is a good soundtrack.
It's an amazing fucking soundtrack.
I didn't know they were doing it.
Yeah. You
Did
couldn't
you watch
tell?
the episode?
Yeah, dude. It's like the ending
It might as
credit
well
scene
just
is a
opened up
fucking
with
Nine
like
Inch Nails
"Love is
song.
not enough" or some
Yeah,
shit.
dude. It's so good.
Oh, it's really good. Watchmen. But
Every
read
time
the,
they
read
do
the
a
book first.
cutscene, it's just like burn, and then
Yeah.
another cutscene closer.
Yeah, it's
Read the book, don't watch the movie, and then watch the show.
I think that's a pretty good
The movie's a fun romp.
You got to get out of my house now.
I
We
didn't
had
say
a-
it was a good movie. I
we've
said it was
had-
a fun romp. They're very
Almost
different
every
things.
single lunch the last month we've had a discussion about the Watchmen with Brendan and me and the other trainees. Brendan's been indoctrinating the trainees at Pornhub.
The Lunchmen?
Yeah, the Lunchmen.
The Lunchman.
The Lunchman.
I love the people on online that are getting butthurt about the Watchmen calling it the Wokeman.
Oh no!
But they go the Wokeman. Excuse me, the woke people.
Wow,
That was a
sick.
good one. I did like that one guy I found that was shitting all over, and I went and checked his other reviews, and the only thing he reviewed was talked about how awesome the new Dave Chappelle special was.
Yeah.
Sick,
Wouldn't it,
dude.
I was
wouldn't it
like,
not be the
yeah.
woke people? It'd be more like when the Syracuse Orangemen just became the orange for the
Yeah,
female
they'd
team.
just
So
be
it'd
the
just be
woke.
the woke.
Yeah.
Which the woke just sounds like that sounds like
Sounds
a good
fine.
title for a scary movie.
If you think the
Woke
Watchmen,
from M Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
if you think the Watchmen is woke culture, you need to really watch the fucking show.
You're talking about people that are going to think something's woke culture unless it's literally like just some guy screaming the N-word over
Yeah,
and
just
over
white
again.
supremacy. If you think the Watchmen is woke skulled culture, as Ben Shapiro would say, don't listen to our fucking podcast.
yeah, we don't need you.
And honestly,
We got
meet
enough
me.
fucking
My
fans.
address is 94 North Pine Avenue, Albany, New York 12203, apartment 1. I will fist fight you any day of the week. Give me a good knock. It'll be like this: knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Andy, remember this bit you did on the podcast? You gave out your real address. I'm here to fight you now, and I'll wreck your shit.
Can they
Um,
jump you, or is this a gentleman's brawl? Where
Oh,
you,
it's a gentleman's
like, you have
brawl.
to
I get
go
to-
out in the front yard and do like the fisticuff shit.
They're cowards.
Yeah,
They
and-
are.
Yeah, so they won't do it.
Well,
I
that's
just like
part
the
is
idea
they'll
like
knock on the
Richard
door, you-
Spencer comes to your house after this.
Oh, I could fucking.
And
I
he's
could,
like,
I
"Please
could
don't hit me."
fuck up Richard Spencer so
All you
good.
gotta do is get some fucking eggs
Dude,
at these people and they
my-
lose their goddamn
Open the
mind.
door, he's just and you punch him in the dick.
My knuckles are so hard. Do you know how little nutrition I have in my body? I'm so
Wouldn't that mean you
bony.
have brittle bones?
Yeah, they break on you, but like it'll hurt. Then
I'll
they
punch-
turn into knives.
So however long it takes you to heal your broken hand, you can punch out
Andy,
one white
lame
supremacist.
Wolverine.
at that scene.
Bad Wolverine.
Oh shit! All right, let's give some fleeting thoughts on Legend.
God, this is a whole hour. We did it.
Yeah,
We did an hour on Legend.
I mean, did we do an hour on Legend?
Let's rename the movie.
We barely talked about the curry.
PP.
Oh yeah, what do we think about the curries?
yours is the best.
Mine's the best. Thank guys.
Andy
Thanks,
makes
guys.
better curry than Price Chopper.
Yeah, suck it.
Wait,
Golo.
was this whole thing you looking for validation by bringing your own curry and making us compare it to shitty microwave curry?
Well,
I don't
mean,
think that was really
Yeah.
the design.
that
of the
was
episode,
designed,
but
but
it
that
may
is
be
what
what
it's
happened.
become. I don't know. No,
that was
really,
a long walk to some self-validation.
Hey, listen, I do it for the craft, dude. I do it for the love of the game.
The love of the curry.
No,
Somehow a
but the
brown
reason why I
person
did
made
that
better
was
curry.
is because they have three. They usually have a sag paneer one, but they didn't have it, so I figured you gotta have three choices. You know.
Amy's making good sag paneer.
I know. Sponsor our podcast, Amy. Where are you at? All right,
Get it, girl.
rename this movie.
Fairy boy found love.
Fairy Boy Founds Love
Found love.
by Chris Powers. How about Bad Dark Crystal?
Curved horns, the Spanish tilt.
Yeah.
How about Red Man Bad? Oh, no, don't take that out of context.
Red man bad, skinny white man good. By Ridley Scott.
By Ridley
It's not
Scott.
Ridley Scott. Yes, please put the Ridley Scott at the end of that.
Cancel him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, fuck this movie.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It was like it'd be a good movie to watch on mute at a Halloween party and not watch it. Like just have
the
on
audio really sells how bad the fucking movie is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I think that it could be served well by just having no like you shouldn't be allowed to know what's going on. You should just
Can I
look
tell
at
you
the
my
pretty
favorite
pictures.
part of the movie?
What's your favorite part of the movie?
The ending credits because it ended.
My favorite part of the movie is in the beginning when Darkness puts a knife on his goblin's head. And he's like, "It's a unicorn or whatever," and he's like, "Yeah, I get it." That was nice.
Yeah,
He
you got
never,
it,
he
boss.
never says it's a unicorn. He just says it's a beast, and then it has. I don't even think he says horn. So I think he says like
Yeah,
something
you got
about a
it, boss.
spike pointing up to the heavens. Like you can't just be like it's a horse with a fucking horn sticking out of its head. Like the dude has horns, and there are horses
It's a good point.
in his fucking tree. He knows what both of those things are. How did he not put those
Tim
two things
Curry.
together?
It's a good point. You know, here's
Why?
He has
another
the
thought.
analytical skills of a fucking 4-year-old.
That's fair. Here's another thought about the movie. What do you think the set smelled like? Because there were animals in every fucking scene.
There
Plastic.
was a lot of hair.
I think it smelled like shit. I bet you it smelled like bird
was
shit.
probably-
It
It's
smelled
probably
like
hard to
horse
breathe
shit.
as your lungs fill up with glitter from being on that set.
That's
Yeah,
true.
was the snow all made out of glitter?
No, it's all cocaine. It was the 80s.
And I bet you
No,
fucking
it looks
Tom
like-
Cruise never shut the fuck up the entire time.
I don't know. He might not have been
I read
a
this
big deal
L.
yet.
Ron Hubbard book recently.
Yeah, because he's probably just getting into Scientology.
Oh, yeah, dude. He probably
He's just
converted
like,
everybody.
Yo, guys, it's wild, but like,
Talking about fucking midichlorians and shit or whatever's in
I
that
had
book.
this idea for a movie
Star
called
Wars.
Battlefield
I know.
Earth.
yeah, who wants to be in a movie Battlefield Earth? God, that movie was we should that movie is at least fun to watch.
I'll watch that shit. I'll eat 2 firecrackers and watch it with you.
Dude, Battlefield Earth, you can have a good time watching that movie.
Fuck yeah. Let's get wasted and live stream us watching
I
fucking
I would
Battlefield.
gladly do another one of these where we watch more where we actually live watch a garbage movie.
That'd be fun. Let's get a Twitch
I'm
channel.
glad we didn't try to do
We have
that
a
with
Twitch
this
channel,
movie
thanks.
because it would have been fucking silent the entire time.
I had
I
some.
just
I had
played
some
video
good
games the entire time. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There, the veil's gone. I didn't really watch it.
Yeah.
it was on. It was on next to me.
I put it on in my office. I had no distractions. I had a notepad with me in case there was anything.
Fucking
There
loser.
was nothing written on it by the end. The only thing written out in the end was my Skip's fucking phone number because I got called about my curling schedule during it. The most interesting thing that happened during the movie was
You're
me
such a
getting
Chad.
scheduled to have a fucking curling match.
Yeah, Mike the curling Chad.
Mike Thundercock the curling chat over here.
And when you said my Skip, I thought you were talking about my friend Skip. So what's up, Skip? He listens to the podcast. Hi, Skip.
And curling,
Skip?
the Skip is the guy at the end who's like, or I'm sorry, the person at the end who's directing the shots. So
yes.
they're like, oh yeah, this is what you're aiming for. And
He goes,
then you shoot
"Shveep!"
that guy.
Sweep! Doesn't he
Yeah,
do that?
they
Sweep!
You usually instead of saying sweep, which would probably be really helpful, they usually just go like go, stop, ah. It's fucking useless, just crazy banter. You can tell why like some drunk dudes from Minnesota won the fucking Olympics after you've played one match of curling.
All right. Well,
Welcome to the curling cast.
no.
We're
eat
rolling
cur-
on through another
We
hour.
eat
Here we go,
curry
baby.
And talk about curling.
Yeah, it's the curling cast.
All right. So, hot takes on this movie. It sucked.
I would
Tim
highly
Curry,
recommend
okay.
watching it if you're just a miserable human being.
If you're on, like, painkillers.
Yeah, maybe if like
If you like
you're just-
Twilight, maybe you would enjoy this.
I don't know.
If you're getting over like oral surgery and you're on a lot of
Yeah.
painkillers,
Yeah.
this is probably a great movie to watch.
If you're getting oral,
I don't even think that's. I don't think that would. I feel
I
like
get
I would
him-
just be upset.
I don't think I could keep a boner through the fucking movie.
no, just look at
I
Tom
would get
Cruise's
distracted by
teeth.
Tom Cruise's soft voice, and I would get just as soft as his
you
voice.
guys went rock hard the entire time. I didn't really watch it, but man,
Like a
Was I-
unicorn's horn.
yep, it's keeping the light alive.
Tom Cruise's entire movie just looked befuddled and crouched. I know that we said that he
Yeah.
crouched the whole time, but he really was just like confused and crouching the whole time.
He was crouching a lot. You think there's Rule 34 of this movie?
Oh, absolutely.
100%. There's
How many-
there's definitely
You can
How
definitely
many
see
unicorns
Darkness's
are being
cock for
no,
sure.
I'm thinking more of unicorns being penetrated by the darkness's horn.
dude. There's
Yeah,
there-
two at a
there-
time, 2 horns on the darkness.
Yeah,
They could
dude.
totally do
There's
it.
definitely like illustrations of the darkness boning Tom Cruise, the darkness boning everybody.
Mia
Yeah,
Sarah.
Yeah.
Let me
boning
just let me just say one thing.
what's that?
I implore the old man to watch this movie and let us know what he thinks about it.
We'll pay for the YouTube rental.
I really, 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 really
Don't watch the
want
director's
to hear
cut, for the
that.
love of God.
All right, folks.
Can
If you're
only
still
imagine it's
listening,
worse.
we appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Mike, I guess thanks for coming by, watching that movie, eating some curry. You have anything to plug, Mike?
Oh dear. No, I don't have
The
anything to
Darkness?
plug. I was just looking up a picture of the darkness with a dick in his face.
Oh, you found it?
I mean, of course I did. It's the internet.
Hell yeah.
Although it won't load. Oh, there we go. What do you think? What do you think of that?
That is a
Oh
concerned.
God! If we could
Tim
only post that
Curry.
online.
Yeah, it's a pretty good picture
It's
of
a-
the darkness with breasts.
Yeah.
With a big rock
Wait, he's
hard
got
dick
boobies?
right in his face.
Yeah, you
he's
missed
got
the
huge
titties?
tits. No, I have a jerkmate ad up. Oh, fucking Christ.
All right, folks.
It's just Tim Curry.
All right.
If you're still listening, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening, and be nice to each other, right?
Be nice.
Nice.